Yeah, I mean, I remember watching Punky Brewster as a kid, and so there was nobody else with, brown hair and freckles and playing in the dirt, and except for, me, I saw at the time. So it was when I first realized like that, oh, that's what acting is, and oh, okay, that's what I want to do. And I grew up in a chaotic family, moving around the military a lot, always being the new kid. So in my family, we had 5 kids, so entertaining each other, you have to kind of learn how to be entertaining and to make each other laugh. So that was something that I always wanted to do. And it took a long time to convince my Asian mother that I could do it, because she believed that only one person in the world could become a movie star, and that was Tom Cruise. She was like, "You're not Tom Cruise. No, only one man can do it. Tom Cruise, you're not Tom Cruise." Thankfully, eventually I did, he and I, we have the same birthday. We both have July 3rd as a birthday. So that did not help convince my mother, but the fact that I went to college and I got a degree, and she was able to check that off her like tiger mother bucket list. She's like, okay, college degree, well, now you can go do whatever it is you want to do. Yes, but my mom, we're Chinese blood, but she was born and raised in Vietnam, and they came here the day the war ended, and there was my grandmother and her 9 children, and my mother was one of those children, and they all came here not knowing any English. They lived in a very small home, and they've all gone off to get multiple degrees. All of them have done really well. And so my mom was like, okay, we came to America, we didn't speak any English, and we stayed a very intact, loving family. So I guess the Asian way works. So she didn't really have any problems holding back. I'm like, that's my white friends, their parents aren't forcing them to play piano until 4 a.m. She's like, your white friends can't play piano. I'm like, okay, good note. That's a good argument, Mom. But she was very, we yelled a lot, and we got hit. And whenever I have to tell my mom bad news, I'd make sure to go into the living room and be somewhere where there's a lot of soft things around. So when she'd go to grab the remote or something, she'd go and throw a pillow instead, so that wouldn't hurt. And so yeah, and then eventually, what kicks in is there's the screaming, and then there's like the random throwing of stuff, and then there's like what the hardest part about a tiger mother is the incessant need for good grades. A B is the Asian F. It's like, oh, I remember I cried the first time I made a B, and that was I was a junior in high school, and I was like, Mom, I have something to tell you. I'm really sorry, and I made a B, and I'm so sorry. And then the look on her face, because now she's been, my mom divorced my first stepfather, and so now she's, I think, it's just a different world for her. So she's like, what? Oh, that's okay, try harder next time. I was like, this is amazing. This is like truly the most, that lasted for 1 day. And then she was like, wait, what was I saying? You're grounded. My mom is the most excited person about what's happening to me. Like she collects, I feel bad even telling her if I'm in a magazine or there's a newspaper thing, because she'll collect it. And it's like this weird, it's not quite a hoarder, because hoarders collect everything. She just collects things with my face on it. So it's like these piles and piles, and now she gets so excited because she called me the other day and said, oh, it's so great because now I don't have to follow your Twitter. The Oklahoma paper just put what you do on the cover. So now I just have to pick up the paper. So anytime I do anything, it ends up in the hometown paper, and that's the most exciting thing in the world to her. In the doctor's office, my stepfather is a doctor, and they have a cardboard life-size cutout of me. Completely unprofessional, doesn't need to be there, but it's there. That's the only thing that, I don't like to tell my mom a lot of things that are happening, because her excitement gets me nervous, because I just know like it could all go away. And then I have to have that conversation with her, like, Mom, it all went away, and I'm working at the Jamba Juice now, but you get a free boost, and I probably could hook you up with another boost. The boost is actually not from me. They actually give you a free boost with every drink you get. It's a thing, and they have made a very profitable business on it. But I have not been able to do that with acting.
Show us the front, Olivia. Can we see the front? Olivia, the front. Olivia, one more time. One more than